So Maryanne, the question that's been on my mind and a lot of other minds, is marriage out?
That's a really good question. A lot of people think so, and actually, according to the statistics, new 2018 statistics, no, it's not. What's changing is people are marrying later.
Right.
They're cohabitating now, right? So it looks like that's the trend, but it's really not. And I also think that people are more discerning, a little bit more discerning about, the big responsibility that it involves. But straight down the middle, 50% of most people are married over the age of 18. So it's not lost its popularity.
Why does it have such a bad rap then? Why does people...
I'm not sure it has any worse rap than it's had historically. If you
Historically.
think about it, we get all these expressions like ball and chain and these
that's
kinds
exactly
of
what
things.
I'm referring to,
Commitment often feels like a closing off of something. And then there's a whole new wave, finally, of our expanding sense of our sexuality. So people are exploring different options, right? Gender fluidity.
Right.
Sexual fluidity, things like that. So I think all of that is, we're deviating from some of that normative behavior. Part of my favorite thing to talk about is the happily ever after syndrome. Right? We've got it. It's a Western bug. But then we cross over into, I would even call it a 90-day wonder. You wonder what happened to that person that you married, right? So you're going along, you're really enjoying each other, and then suddenly there's a child. That's often a place where we start to change how we are together. Or a new job, or success, or boredom, or whatever it is, it's often an unconscious experience, and it's not just one thing. Right? It's a cumulative effect. And then you find yourself unable to sort of tolerate this new way of being together that you haven't really explicitly negotiated. I like when people front load, when they take these things into consideration. One of the things I ask couples that I'm working with is, do you have a consciousness agreement? They say, what?
Right.
Oh, you have a prenup, which is what you do when you fail. Well, what if you had an agreement about setting yourself up to succeed? My husband and I have an annual summit, for example. Friends of ours inspired us. So every year we sort of re-up. How is this marriage working? Are you getting what you need? How are what's happening for you? And it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It really is. So I think the most important ingredient is being able to tell the truth about who you are and what you need. And also the second piece is, my definition of love is one that is very spiritual, but it feels important. And that's, I want what you want for yourself. And if we're on the same team, we're less likely to polarize. So negotiation comes in, or compromise comes in, when we both want something that's really disparate, right? Like, I want to go work as a landscape photographer around the world, and we have 3 kids. Because otherwise you end up in a hostage scenario, where you feel like you're sort of, again, you are, and you're trapped and you can't grow. And I think ultimately love really wants to grow. And surprisingly, when we give each other freedom, oftentimes people don't really go anywhere. They just want to know they can, right? We have this idea that we've failed somehow if we run into trouble, if we run into hardship, and that it means we have to leave. I say stay. Have the courage to stay. That's when things are getting good. Why don't we start a new trend? Something's wrong, hurrah, it means we're growing. When you build muscle, it hurts. You tear the muscle, and you need to let it repair and be able to tolerate not having it be a fantasy. This is maturity. And here's the other thing, people. When you leave this relationship, there's a 90% chance you're going to go find a relationship just like it, because that's repetition of the pattern. We have this fantasy that there's somewhere else that's going to be better. Oh, by the way, wherever you go, there you are. It's the only thing that's a common denominator in your whole life. Oh, is you. So I'm just saying, when you take that show on the road, if you haven't done your homework, you're not really setting yourself up to succeed.
That's a good
Stay.
point.
Pause.